everyone. Welcome to a consolidation practice for several movements of our Tai Chi Chih movement form. Today's consolidation practice includes carry the ball to the side, push-pull, pulling in the energy, and then the 4 Taffy movements: basic pulling Taffy variation 1, anchor step, pulling Taffy variation 2, wrist circles, and pulling Taffy variation 3, perpetual motion. We'll be doing 3 sets of the side-to-side movements, and then 6 repetitions on a side of the forward-backward movements, except for the final Taffy, in which we're going to do 6 repetitions of perpetual motion. So here we go. Just to even center yourself before we start, stand with your awareness in the bottoms of your feet. Just stand in a relaxed position and breathe. Great. So I'm going to be mirroring you in this practice. And for carry the ball to the side, I'm going to step a little bit to my left so that you can see the full scope of the movement. So you're going to start with your feet in a loose V, and there's a little bit of space between your heels, and take a breath with your awareness placed in the bottoms of your feet. And then we're going to sink, gather from the right, snake out the foot, and place the heel down first, which is that Tai Chi step, and then glide to your left, waist twist, glide back. There's no specific breathing in Tai Chi Chih, just breathe naturally. Release, bring over the right foot, pause, sink, gather, snake out the foot, check your foot position. You can see I have masking tape down. You can make sure that your feet are in a line and equal angled when you step out. Enjoy the effort of no effort. Snake out the foot, check, and then the feet stay nice and flat. Be sure you're not rolling on the sides of the feet or coming up on the toes. Release, pause, 3 sets back, gather left, snake out the right heel, and then glide across, waist twist. If you're more practiced at this movement, don't forget the hip swivel. And if this new movement is brand new to you, don't have to worry about that yet. But Justin often said, the waist and the hip swivel are very important in Tai Chi Chih, or relevant. So we want to include those eventually. One more set. Gather left, snake out the foot, and then freeze here. Don't forget that there's an opposite hand emphasis if I'm going this direction to balance the yang leg. So across the bottom, my left hand pushes a little bit more, and then neutral over the top. And that was number 3. Release. And take a breath. Focusing on the bottoms of the feet. Nice. And then relax. So I'll come back more to the center here. So you can see that I have tape down. We're going to do now push-pull. Tape is just, if you need it, if I need it, to check that there's a little space between the heels when I step out. So take a breath. Mirroring you, push-pull, shift, sink without moving the upper body, step forward with your left foot, and then to balance again, the substantial foot leg that we're moving the weight onto. We're going to have a slight 60% emphasis in our right hand going out, tracing a slightly downward pointing elliptical shape or football shape. And then the hands are neutral, no emphasis coming back. Emphasis, right hand going out, neutral. By emphasis, I mean a mental emphasis. And this is our last one. Great. Bring in the front foot, sink, take a breath. And relax. You can stand up in between sides, you can stand up in between movements. You also can stay down if that's comfortable for you, but you really want to be most aware of grounding the energy, grounding yourself, feeling centered, and then that point where it goes beyond feeling that connection downward into muscle fatigue. And if it shifts into muscle fatigue, then it's extra and you can stand up and take some relief. So it just depends on your body, but we're going to do the other side now. So take a breath. Great. Shift to your left, sink, step forward with the right foot, and then because the right foot, right leg is now substantial, the left hand is going to have a 60% emphasis going out and neutral coming back, meaning no emphasis in either hand, but mental emphasis 60% going out, neutral coming back. Feel your feet and breathe. We'll do one more. So it's not essential to count exactly in Tai Chi Cha. We'll do roughly 6 on a side. It's okay if you do one more, one less, just roughly the same amount on each side. Take a breath. Great. So this graceful conclusion that we come into in between the movements is very important. Don't rush that part. Really take a moment to regroup. We're bringing the yin qi and the yang qi back together that has been separated through the movement, and that's why it's really important. So now stand and relax and breathe. All right. Pulling in the energy. I'll mirror you. Remember that this movement has a visualization of the light from the most distant star flowing in through the fingertips. Shift, sink, step forward with your left foot, palms up at about chest height. Circle, feeling, being aware of the bottoms of the feet and the visualization. The light from the most distant star flowing in through your fingertips. And breathe. Last one. Hands weight, foot comes in, everything sinks. Feel the bottoms of the feet and take a breath. Great. And stand and breathe again. Luxuriate in these moments of deep simplicity, single-pointed focus in the bottoms of the feet. Nothing else to do, and take another breath. If you're feeling impatient, that's a good sign to really connect even more down to the bottoms of the feet. So take another breath. Excellent. So, nothing wrong with impatience, just that we use it as a signifier of returning even further our focus. Shift to your left, sink, step forward with the right heel, pulling in the energy to the right, visualizing the light from the most distant star flowing in through the fingertips, keeping our awareness very strongly in the bottoms of the feet. And we'll do one more. Take a breath. And stand and breathe. As a reminder, if your hands may begin to flutter or pulse a little bit, eventually, don't imitate that. That's just an expression of the energy. It may express itself as feeling tingling in the fingers or warmth. These are all confirming signs that the Chih, the energy, is flowing through your system. If it's those effects aren't happening, that doesn't mean the Chih isn't flowing. We just sort of, either way, we just keep our awareness in the bottoms of the feet. So take a breath and put your attention in the bottoms of the feet. Great. So now we're going to do the 4 Taffies. Basic pulling Taffy. I'll be mirroring you again. So we're going to go to your left. Wind up. Step with a Tai Chi step and pull across. Your right hand goes down the leg. Now, the left hand goes down the leg. Fingers point straight ahead. As you prepare, give yourself enough crossover of your forearms so that you can have a nice long pull. Palm to palm. Don't miss the connection between the palms. Right here. Feel that connection. Polarity between the palms is one of the principles of Tai Chi Chih. One more set. And take a breath. Great. All right. So first variation of pulling Taffy is called anchor step. And as a reminder, when you step out, your front foot is such that eventually, that if you drew a line between the toes of both feet, they would meet. So it's a slightly pigeon-toed stance. Here we go. So I'm going to wind up, step forward in a shorter stance. My back heel is going to stay down as an anchor, pulling across. Pulling to the side. Forward with your right foot. Side right. Forward left. Feel that uncorking of the body. Now side, left. Forward right. That forward step is smaller, so so that you can keep the back heel nice and anchored. One more set. And close. And take a breath. Nice and easy. Take another breath. Okay. Pulling Taffy variation number 2, wrist circles. Here we go. So you're going to sink down and you're going to come up on your toes as the palms circle around a sphere. And this is number 2. And there's a partial circle as we wind up, stepping side left with that Tai Chi step, pulling across, and then pause. Push through. The forearms stay close to the body, they're not flying out to the side. As you circle around, pull across. Release your wrists completely when the fingertips hang down, right there. And then prepare, pull across. As I come up on the toes, the fingertips point up, down when they point down. One more set. Feel the sphere, the hands are coming around. And then enjoy that complete release. When the fingertips point down, don't miss those points throughout this practice. Right here. 2. Wind up. And this is our last one. Back to the right. Take a breath. Great. Okay. And then for our final movement in this consolidation practice, we're going to be doing pulling Taffy variation 3, perpetual motion, and we'll do 6 sets. Wind up. Step side left. Pull across. And then bring your right foot in just a little bit so that your stance is slightly shorter so you can pick up, put down. Keeping the upper body level, picking up the heel, placing it back down. Pick up, put down. Notice how the turning of the waist pulls this hand under. Now the turning of the waist to the right pulls the left hand under. Turning of the waist to the left pulls the right hand under and back. We'll do one more set, going to your left, back to the right again. Hands wait, foot comes in, sink. And take a breath. Great. And stand and breathe. Great job on this consolidation practice. Justin always encouraged us, you can do any number of movements as you're learning this form or even in your own practice as it's developing. Try to do 15 minutes in the morning upon rising. He also encouraged us to do a few more movements in the afternoon. But we always close with however many movements we've done with the final pose of cosmic consciousness. I'm not going to mirror you on this one, but I want you to put your left heel on your right ankle, then bring your left hand up closest to your face, just sort of below your nose, elbows parallel to the ground. Your hands are not touching, they're just sort of layered. And then bring your gaze through your thumbs to about 6 feet down in front of you, downward pointing gaze. Lean a little to your left, to your left, I'm not mirroring you, to balance the weight on both feet. And keep your awareness, as always, in the bottoms of the feet and take a breath. And then bring your heel and hands back into a graceful conclusion or the resting pose, and take a breath. Nice job.